Getting ready to step into your career era? Set yourself apart with Adobe Creative Cloud Pro for students. Hone your skills with apps like Photoshop, Illustrator, Premiere Pro, and more, powered with the latest in creative AI. Students save over 55% so you can build a portfolio you're proud of. Launch your future with Adobe Creative Cloud Pro for students. Visit adobe.com/students to learn more.
Welcome to People Tech, the podcast of the HCM Technology Report. I'm Mark Pfeffer. This edition of People Tech is brought to you by UKG. Combining the strength and innovation of Ultimate Software and Kronos, together they're committed to inspiring workforces and businesses around the world. Learn more at www.ukg.com. And we're now proud members of Evergreen Podcasts. To check out other shows, visit www.evergreenpodcasts.com. Now let's start with 2 points. First, CHROs say managing all of these remote workers is going to make it harder to balance what employees need in their company's goals, policies, and culture. Second, as they develop their strategies, companies are putting short-term support of remote work first and employee training for the long-term second. It's understandable in a way. Companies generally agree that how they approach remote work is a differentiator with external candidates. More than half of the employers in the United States say that creating a culture that supports remote workers will be one of their biggest challenges once COVID-19 is brought under control. That's why many of them see their work here as a long-term investment, and they're more interested in collaboration than they are in even analytics or return-to-work products. All of this, by the way, comes from a survey by Oxford Economics, SHRM, and SuccessFactors. It's called The Future of Work Arrives Early. For all the talk we hear about reskilling, few employers plan to invest in reskilling or upskilling over the next 12 months. Less than a quarter of American companies, 22%, that compares to 38% overseas. At least in the US, one reason for this may be that companies emphasize making new hires over promoting from within. It's a buy versus build mentality that can be short-sighted, the survey said, because it addresses near-term challenges at the expense of institutional knowledge. I don't know that this is particularly surprising. Not long ago, Randstad SourceRight found that fewer than 22% of employers were ready to provide reskilling to meet business needs, even though more than 90% of HR leaders thought that that's exactly what they should do. This has been People Tech, the podcast of the HCM Technology Report. This edition has been brought to you by UKG, combining the strength and innovation of Ultimate Software and Kronos. Learn more at www.ukg.com. And to keep up with HR technology, visit the HCM Technology Report every day. We're the most trusted source of news in the HR tech industry. Find us at www.hcmtechnologyreport.com. I'm Mark Pfeffer.
Do you love news about LinkedIn, Indeed, Google, and just about every other recruitment tech company out there?
Hell yeah. I'm Chad.
I'm Cheese.
We're the Chad and Cheese Podcast.
All the latest recruiting news and insights are on our show.
Dripping in snark and attitude.
Subscribe today wherever you listen to your podcasts. We out.
The world's best-known investor and Wall Street expert Warren Buffett once said, "Wall Street is the only place that people ride to in a Rolls-Royce to get advice from those who take the subway." Mr. Buffett's quote is remarkably accurate, but how many people would rather receive advice from him than someone simply guessing? Welcome to Buy, Hold, Sell, your single source for Wall Street knowledge and profitable guidance. Please join me, Todd Schoenberger, and fellow trader Tobin Smith, as well as host Veronica Dudo, for a podcast known to move the needle for investors. Tobin and I are seasoned Wall Street executives with deep investment experience, and we are prepared to share our advice to those who choose to listen. Download Buy, Hold, Sell today on the Evergreen Podcast Network or your favorite podcast channel.